Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and once again I'm here with Dave with Aaron and Franklin Engineering, and we're going to start talking. We're thinking winter, Dave. We actually got a cool front in, and it's actually been cold a little, chilled down here. Let's put it. But this time of year, a lot of people do little maintenance on their house. It's been busy all year. If it's in the rental program or they've been using it, it's been hot. They didn't want to work outside. They want to spend time on the beach. But now they're having to go through and do little things, fix banisters, fix deck boards, siding and that. But there's a standard on what you have to do, how much you can fix before you need to get Aaron and Franklin involved to get a WPI-8 certificate. Am I not mistaken?
No, yeah, we get a lot of calls on what it requires a WPI-8 and what doesn't require a WPI-8. And some of the things like we get is like if let's just say a person has a tree rubbing on a couple of their shingles and they need to replace a couple of shingles, is that, well, TWIA will allow you to replace up to 1 square without getting.
And how much is that?
It's 100 square feet.
Okay. 10 by 10 area.
Right. 10. Right. Yes. So it's not a lot, but it's when you start trying to feather in shingles, a lot of times you have to replace more than what you're thinking, but they do allow that. So other things that we get, like, hey, I've got a couple pieces of siding that are bad, and TWIA's policy on that is you can replace up to 10% of the side of the house. So if you're looking at one wall and you say, okay, I'm going to replace just a couple of boards on it, that's not going to be 10%. So you're allowed to do that. If you start getting over that 10%, then you have, you're going to have to get a certificate on it. Some of the other things, if you have fencing or gutters or decorative shutters, things like that on the side, you don't have to worry about getting a certificate on that. It's not part of it. Anything that's really non-structural is not part of it.
What about deck boards? Because down here, the sun hits stuff, the deck boards dry out, and they pop up, or banisters or handrails around the top of the deck. What about on that?
Right. So the banisters and the handrails, anything that you do to those, you do have to get a certificate on, unless it's just replacing some of the slats. If you just have a few slats, but any of the structural, part of the railings, you're going to have to get those certified. Deck boards is the same thing. It seems odd, but because it's holding, and you do have to get a certificate on deck boards. Now stairs is a different story. Stairs are basically they're looked at as temporary, that they could be taken away during a storm. So if you repair your stairs, or you're replacing your stairs, you don't have to get a certificate on those, which is a lot of people get a little confused on. And most of the time we'll go out there and look at them anyway, because if you're doing the stairs, you're probably doing other work. So we just lump it all in together. So some of the other things, like we've had during Beryl, we had some people that had some glass broken. Mm-hmm. So you can repair, if you're replacing the window, you have to get a certificate on it. If you're only repairing the glass, the glazing in the window or door, then you don't. It's excluded. So
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go back with the cheapest piece of glass you can find either. Does it need to be, what you replace, does it need to be comparable to what came from the manufacturer?
It does. And so they, typically when the glass guys go out there, there's going to be some glass remaining. They're going to look at it, see what it is, see if it's impact, non-impact, tempered, what you have going on, low E, all of that. And then they can make those repairs. And that's typically a lot, less expensive to get that done and quicker than replacing the whole thing. So, So, and a lot of people are able to do that, but it's confusing because some people think, oh, I've got to change out my whole window. No, you don't.
You can change out a piece of glass. That's a whole lot cheaper and less expensive than,
Oh yeah.
and taking some of the siding off or the facial board and then having to replace it and go through and get all that done. So,
Yeah.
well, if anyone has any question on what they're wanting to do, whether they're, the best way to probably get hold of y'all is through your contact form, isn't it? On your
contact form, call us. We have a lot. We have a lot of people who don't like to do internet stuff. Just give us a call. We've got people here and answering the phone. We're ready to answer any questions you guys may have. So
great. Well, y'all stay tuned because next week we're going to talk about a deadline coming up, actually for Hurricane Beryl, that happened over a year ago. And so make sure you tune in next week and see what we're talking about on that. Dave, thanks for joining us today. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.
Video equipment is sponsored by Crystal Beach Decor and More, located at 1959 Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas, and Beachy Beatnik Boutique and Jewelry, located at 970 Surfside and Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas. Thank you to these two businesses for being our 2025 video equipment sponsor for Bolivar Live.